What's up, guys? Welcome to the Really Bad Gaming Show. I am your host, Diego, and today we're going to be reviewing Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remastered. That is one of the longest titles I've ever have to say. So Shin Megami Tensei, or like the cool kids call it, Megaton, is one of the most popular Atlas franchises out there, and with its popularity, they decided to release Shin Megami Tensei 5, and with that announcement, they also announced this game that we finally have, and we've been playing it for a while, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, and I'm going to be giving you my opinions. I am not finished with the game yet. I have 15 hours in, and so far, it's been different. It's a type of game that I've pretty much never played. Not the JRPG aspect, but with the plot and the mechanics and stuff like that, it's different than most of the games I've ever played. And is that good? Is that bad? You're going to have to stick around and find out. Nocturne follows a high school student in modern-day Tokyo who is transformed into the demonic demi-fiend after the world undergoes conception, an apocalyptic event triggered by a sinister cult to trigger the world's rebirth in a new form. So with this game, I am going to be going through a lot of the aspects that I find to be the most important parts of every game, and we're going to start with the battle system and gameplay. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne features a battle system that is called the turn press battle system. The turn press battle system essentially is anybody is able to use an action, one action. The main character can also use items or do several other things that the rest of the team cannot do. But your party's only 4 demons, and each demon gets an opportunity to do something. But you can essentially increase those moves by doing something that the enemy is weak to, or get a critical hit, or any such thing. Essentially, that will only use half of your turn, giving you an extra turn. The bad side about this is that if you miss, or you use something that the enemy is resistant, you will consume more than one turn. This system is very, very unforgiving, and this is one of the reasons Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne is actually considered a very difficult game. But at the same time, the turn press battle system is very unforgiving yet extremely fair, because the enemies have to follow the exact same set of rules you have to follow. They can also lose turns, they can also gain extra turns. But that adds a really good level of strategy to it that actually makes the game very more dynamic. But like I said, that's where a lot of the difficulty comes from. You can have a random encounter where the enemies goes first, and turns out they have an alignment that you are weak to, or someone in your party is weak to, and could literally clear your entire team in that turn. You have to be extremely unlucky for that, but it is a possibility. Doesn't happen quite often, like I said. Didn't happen to me at all. Some of the times I died was because of those one-turn moves that will literally just kill you for no reason. Bullshit moves! So we talked about the battle system and the gameplay. What about where the gameplay happens? The dungeons. Well, the dungeons are one of the worst fucking things I've played in this entire fucking game. Some of them are so confusing and have so many empty rooms for no fucking reason. A confusing layout, a bunch of empty rooms that are there for no reason, and a high encounter rate pretty much gives you the worst fucking case scenario in a fucking video game. You guys want to know something that is extremely funny? A couple of months ago, I was actually listening to a review for the original Nocturne, preparing myself, trying to get myself in that mood to play Nocturne Remastered. And the guy that was reviewing it He said that even the empty rooms in the dungeons feel like they have a purpose. And
so that was a fucking lie.
Yeah, the dungeons are confusing, but I can agree with the sentiment that the dungeons are actually good. Just because I say these dungeons are confusing doesn't really mean they're bad. I just have a gripe with a bunch of empty rooms in a high encounter game. The only reason is because you have to walk into this room, and when you're walking back out, when you're just heading towards the door, you could get an encounter, and that's another battle. And it gets annoying because it's time consuming. And it wouldn't be a problem if we didn't have all these fucking empty rooms with literally nothing in it. How about you just throw a fucking mop in there and call that a storage room? Something like that. I could agree with that sentiment if something like that happened. But the reality is that you can go into a room with literally nothing in there other than walls. Some of the rooms in the malls and stuff have a counter, have some stuff in the background. Those are fine. But a lot of the rooms in the dungeons have nothing but walls, and that shit is just mind-boggling. Why the fuck is it there? That's my question. Some of these random rooms and dungeons just feel like they're there to fuck with you and make you get more battles in, or just to waste your time, which honestly, none of them are that good of a reason. All that being said, I want to say again that the dungeons are fun to explore and give you a really nice sense of satisfaction once you completed them and you're actually out of there. Now we're going to be moving on to the story. The story so far is very minimal, but it's still pretty gripping. I like it so far. I'm 15 hours in and I still don't know why Hikawa decided to destroy the world and rebirth it. I mean, yeah, I get it. He wanted power, but I kind of feel like running for office could have been a little bit easier than destroying the whole world and then rebirthing it. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Also, does anybody else think that this dude looks like a nerdy middle-aged Vegeta? Just look at that widow's peak. It's just extreme. But I do not personally feel like I can comment too much on the story of Nocturne for two reasons. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't played it before, like myself. So I really don't know what happens next. And the story right now is still not fully developed, but I just did want to take some time and tell you that the story, for as minimal as it is, it's still good. And it's still something that you should probably experience because it got me, it gripped me so far, and I'm interested. And it just adds to the game. So we arrived to the difficulty. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne is pretty much well known for being one of the hardest JRPGs out there, and it has a reputation of being an unforgiving game. Nocturne is known for having unforgiving enemies that will literally take advantage of all your mistakes and your team's shortcomings, but I don't think that's exactly what makes it hard. I think the thing that makes this game hard is the RNG from fucking hell. You miss a lot, enemies miss a lot. It just happens so fucking often for no good reason. Is it my agility stat? I've been putting some shit in my agility. I don't freaking know. But to be honest, for me, so far, the game is not very difficult. The only boss that has given me a hard time is that cheetah with the cape. And even then, he beat me once pretty bad. But after I reloaded the game and fought him again, it was really easy. He barely hit me. Maybe it's because I was able to put in more debuffs and a couple more buffs to myself, which I have heard that those moves make all the difference. I have died more than once in this game. I actually died about 3 times. And 2 of those times were because, how I previously mentioned, those one hit kills that happens in the game. Yeah, I can use them. I think I've landed 2. But it looks like the fucking enemy put a scope on that move because these motherfuckers are not missing. That shit's annoying. Just random battles too. It really fucking sucks. But like I said, the game is not very difficult like people hype it up. I'm not a good gamer either. I'm not a pro level. Well, there's no pro on JRPGs, but nothing. I'm not a very good gamer. I usually just play a normal like I am in this game. Other than normal, there are 2 other difficulties in this game, which is hard, which of course makes the game harder, or merciful, which makes the game completely different. It halves the damage output of enemies. It gives you a bunch more money, and it gives you a shit ton more of experience, which is not good, but it takes away a lot from the game. I've only played Merciful for about 15 minutes, and even after that, I think I gained like a level, and I just felt so cheated from it that I just went to my previous save and just kept playing from there. It's just a very, very easy mode, and I think if you pick Merciful, you're cheating yourself out of an incredible experience here. But honestly, who cares? If you're okay with just saving the time and not living through that experience that this game is trying to provide you, it's fine. It's actually, saving time is probably more valuable. But at the end of the day, just know that you are losing something when it comes to putting it in Merciful. So this is a remastered of an old PS2 title. How does it look? Well, the game looks really good. It looks really fantastic. It's some really nice graphics. They did a really good job when it comes to bringing the title into HD. Where they fucked up is the actual cutscenes of the game are still just the PS2 versions. They literally just stripped them out of the PS2 version and threw them into this game. But the worst offender when it comes to this game is the music. The music is very, very good. Don't get me wrong. I like the music. The beats and everything they put out is just really good. But it's all the compressed version of the PS2. But this is an HD remastered. Some people are calling it a remake. How about you remake the music and the sounds and all that good stuff? Some people are saying it could have been because it's going to be too expensive. My dude, an HD remastered is usually $30 to $40. This is a $50 remastered. You're telling me we're paying this much money and they can't even put that amount of effort? This is one of the things that brings the game down a little bit for me. Find it extremely disrespectful that Atlas could put this game out with the sounds and the cutscenes that they did. I honestly can't believe they did that, and I feel insulted that they would even decide to do that. So guys, right now we are gonna give the game a rating. I don't do number ratings. I do either a full price buy, a wait for sale, or a do not buy. So this game has a lot of shortcomings. The HD remaster part is there. It has nice graphics. It lacks the sound. It lacks the good quality videos because they're just stripped straight from the PS2. But putting everything together, the package of Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne 3, and just giving you my recommendation of this game if you should buy, wait for sale, or do not buy, and thinking about its price point of $50, that's the entry price point. It can go all the way to $70. I have to say that Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne is a wait for sale. I can definitely recommend it for $40. I feel $30 would be I feel $20 would be a better price. But at $50 to start the game, I don't think the price is correct for that. That being said, the game is an experience that you should definitely play. But if you already bought the game for full price, enjoy it, because so far, it's fucking incredible. So guys, what'd you think about the game? Are you playing it? Are you gonna buy it? Leave all that in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more. This was the Really Bad Gaming Show. I was your host, Diego, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to follow me on my social media links, all in the description down below. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.